Hi everyone, welcome back today. I don't really know what to film these days. I thought I would just I have a list of a few things I want to hit, but it's kind of like an indoor vlog, just chatty, update things. I bought a few items. Yeah, see where this goes. I'm like a full-on 70s something today. And I love it. This is actually my second day wearing this. I'm kind of wondering what my neighbors are thinking as I'm wandering around this giant, long, orange, very 70s kimono all day long. I'm kind of like dancing through the hallways. And yep, the neighbors are indeed watching, but you know, we're all kind of losing our marbles about now. Anyways, I thought I would share a couple of purchases I have made recently. It's actually a very small Shein order. Maybe I'll do that first actually, because it's starting with what I'm wearing right now, and I absolutely love it, especially with my hot pink headband, the oversized kind of fluffy, squishy headband. Like I've said, I've been wearing this for 2 days, and I'm not mad about it. I'll probably wear it again tomorrow, maybe even through the weekend. It's that good. So maybe I'll pop that footage in now so you can see what I bought. All right, this is the first thing I got, and if you are a robe life person like myself, you definitely need to get this. I did make one mistake though. I usually upsize my order on robes, just because I prefer to have more fabric than too little fabric. So I went with a medium on this. I think I've gone a medium or large on pretty much all my other robes. This one really truly is oversized, so I probably could have done the extra small and that would have been fine, but it works. But the color is what drew me to it. Actually looks a little bit more yellow on the website than it does here. Like in person, it's much more like a rusty orange. Oh, I love it. It is so 60s, 70s. It goes perfectly with my orange eyeshadow. Like I said, I've been wearing it a lot with my pink headband that I've had on. So yes, it's definitely very oversized. I've just moved a bunch of the fabric to the back, which I actually kind of like. It just looks like it's ruched back there. It's kind of oversized kimono fit, big long sleeves. I've actually rolled up once and I ironed it down flat. If I had some stitch witchery, I would throw some of that in there, but I don't at the moment. So yeah, really long, almost floor length on me. I'm about 5'4", I think, 5'4.5" probably. So I think I'm actually gonna wear this for spring. Like I'm gonna wear this as a dress, either as an open kimono over top of an outfit with like shorts and t-shirt or something, or with a belt around the waist so it doesn't look quite so roby if I go out in public. Actually, maybe I'll just throw a belt on just so we can see what that looks like. Let's see here. I think I'll go brown, or the blue might be nice too. A dusty blue. Let's do that. Has gold on it, which I like. Okay, the blue's not bad. I like the blue and the rust orange colors together. I think I might actually like the brown better, so I'm going to switch it again. Yeah, I think that's more the look I'm going for. Yeah, I can definitely see myself wearing this spring, summer. Ooh, flowy. I've literally just been wandering around the house the last couple days doing that, up and down the hallways and whatnot. Very comfortable, and it's actually a fairly thick fabric, but really comfortable, breathable for spring, summer. Works great as an everyday robe if you want to feel like that luxury and leisure quarantine life. This is the one to get. So that's what it looks like with the sleeve all the way down, which looks much better than this, but it's really annoying when the sleeves hook on everything. You know, you go past a door handle and you attach to it. Very frustrating. So hopefully you can see the color fairly well. Definitely very 60s, 70s. So this is the second one I picked up. I was specifically looking for something in these colors. Came across this guy and I love it. It's so good. They actually have a couple of what look like the same dresses on the website. One of them I know has a slit up the side. This one's just solid. Just a zipper up the side, ruching through the center, a little tie in the front here, and then kind of little floofy sleeves that I like to kind of push up and fluff. The square neckline that's very, very trendy and very retro for sure. But the colors are what I love. It's kind of like dusky yellow, orange, pink, very 60s, which obviously I'm into all this 60s, 70s stuff right now. Very comfortable. It is a little bit thin, so I'll probably wear it with my little shapewear shorts underneath it. but it's just so cute. Definitely be wearing this all spring, summer. Super comfortable, lightweight. I love the little frill on the bottom. So cute. I got mine in a small, but I definitely could have gone to the medium. It feels a little bit short-waisted here for me. Like I want it to come down tiny bit longer. I can't feel myself just kind of yanking it every so often, but then I yank up here to cover up. So yeah, and you can see the color's a little bit better here, but definitely very stretchy through the center. I just feel like I want it to sit a little bit lower. Good enough for me. I love it. Actually, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of a t-shirt that I bought in a Paris thrift store. Do you guys remember that? I think it's like the exact same print, just t-shirt form, but actually from the 60s or 70s. This guy, I think I paid like €2 for this, but it has like, actually, let me just take it out. I know you guys love thrift as much as I do and love a good retro label. There she is. Oh, she used to have a really cute little label that was just ironed on right there that I showed in my original video, but it's gone now. It's so sad. Must have come off in the wash somewhere, but the 44 is still there. But similar idea. This one's just much more saturated, and this one's authentic vintage actually, so definitely much cooler than the dress. Pretty good replica. Actually haven't worn this much, but I think I will come summer now that the 67 stuff, 70s stuff is much more in now. And then the last thing I grabbed was a new little tote bag, just because I really liked having my neutral colored one. The one I have now has red print on the front of it. I love this one. It's nice and big, good for grocery shopping, but I prefer the neutral for, you know, most of my outfits. So I grabbed this guy, particularly because I had an indoor inside pocket here. I haven't realized how important that is to me when I didn't have one. It was so annoying to have your keys way down here in the bottom. It's a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's a fair bit smaller than my other one, but I think it'd be fine for just running into town and, you know, bebopping around when we can eventually do that again. So yes, I absolutely love this thing. It's definitely too big, but in terms of just like wearing it around the house, it's fine. It's a bit of a cooking hazard with the long sleeves. Too much of a hassle to send it back for another size. So it's just going to be big, oversized robe life / dress that I'll wear throughout the spring. Very multi-purpose. So next on the docket, I thought I would share a few skincare things that I have used up / have been using that I've mentioned before. The first one is the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. So like I mentioned, I went through the Ordinary Cleansing Balm. Love that stuff. I'm definitely going to get that again once I'm through what I'm using now, which is the Elemis Cleansing Balm. Also really love that stuff. It smells so good. It smells like you stepped inside like a really kind of herbally expensive spa. So that's been really nice, but again, pricey. In between those two, I've been using this guy, the Clinique Take the Day Off Cleansing Balm. Really liked it. It's more of a waxy texture compared to the Ordinary and the Elemis one, but it leaves my face feeling super clean. I do a bit of a double cleanse, so I use this first to get the like heavy makeup off. Even if I'm not wearing makeup that day, I'll use this first, and then I use a cleansing wipe with a micellar water to kind of get the rest of the gunk, any leftover gunk off my face, and then I follow up with the rest of my skincare. But I did really like this. If I find it on sale, I'll probably get a full-size one, but honestly, I was really happy with the Ordinary one, and I feel like it did pretty much the same to my skin. So I'll likely buy the Ordinary one. If I catch this on sale, I might go for it, but for now I'm using the Elemis one. I'm gonna make that stretch as long as I can because it feels very luxurious in the evening to be using that. And then the second item I talked about recently, I picked this up from the Ordinary along with a few other things. I think I took you guys along with me actually. But it is the Ordinary Retinol. This is the 0.2 in squalene. So I mentioned in that video that I actually really love the retinol in the emulsion version, but it's been sold out for a while. So the lady that worked there recommended that I give this a go. This is the stuff that she said she accidentally used twice in a week and was peeling like a snake. So obviously I was a little bit nervous to give it a go. The first time I used it, I used the like 1 drop mixed in with moisturizer, and I didn't have any reaction. I waited another full week because I know retinol can be a little bit, the effects can kind of kick in afterwards, all the dryness and the redness, irritation, all that kind of stuff that retinol is known for. Plus I have really sensitive dry skin anyways, so I waited a good week, I think, and then I did it again on like a Sunday evening, a few drops into my moisturizer to kind of dilute it down a little bit. So I've been doing that ever since, about once a week. I might up it again after that. Maybe. Maybe every like 5 days or so. I can't say I see a huge difference in my skin yet, but the one thing I am noticing, I feel like it is doing something, is what I'm trying to say. It's working, it's doing something. Because I wake up in the morning and my skin feels definitely dry. It doesn't get red or irritated, but has like almost like a braille effect to it. You can't actually see it. Like when I look in the mirror, it doesn't really look that obvious. And with the makeup on, I don't think it's really that obvious. It's a texture thing, but it's not really that obvious somehow. But it does kind of feel like my skin is like braille, which sounds horrible, but it's not that bad. I was kind of surprised the first time I noticed it. I was like, oh my god, I've destroyed my skin. What have I done? What did I use in the last few days? But I just lathered on my usual skincare products, all very moisturizing with a ton of hyaluronic acid. Even the stuff with hyaluronic acid already in it, I added more into it, also from The Ordinary. And just like pressed that into my skin at night, left it on almost like a mask, and then the next morning my skin was like baby soft, smooth. It was so nice. So then I wasn't afraid of it anymore. I gave it again another go the following week, and I had the same kind of effect. I don't want to say it's a reaction. It's not a reaction. I just feel like it's doing something. It's making my skin dry, and because it's not like painful or itchy or anything. I mean, it's retinol, right? So it's not light stuff. It's not like putting a lotion on. It's gonna do something. So my verdict is a yes on this so far. I'm still a little afraid of it, but I think so far we're getting along pretty well. Happy I grabbed that. Definitely glad I didn't get the stronger versions because this is the lightest of the two in squalene that they have. So she was right on that one. But as the months progress, I'll definitely keep updated on my retinol journey. What else? What else was I going to talk about? What else has been going on in our lives? Oh, Ken and I had an unusual experience the other day. We're all, you know, cooped up at home, safe at home. We're all going a little bit bonkers, a little bit nutty over here. Including our neighbors, I guess, because, well, actually not really. This is probably just her usual behavior. Our neighbors across the way here are like semi-nudists. I think they're like quite artsy people. Like she's in very unique outfits, and he is too. He's usually half naked anyways. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Like, you know, I walk around wearing this giant robe and dancing through my living room here. That's just the way it is over here. They probably think I'm weird too. At some point last week, I was sitting on the couch here. Ken was standing where I'm sitting now, looking down at me, explaining something, and he looked over and he was like, oh my god, our neighbor's naked. Like, butt naked. Bush, butt, boobs, everything was out in the open, like almost pressed up against the window. I kid you not, she was like hanging out the window, looking out down at the street, butt naked. Like, it was weird. And she stayed like that for several hours, wandering around. I mean, their apartment's quite small, so living space, kitchen, and everything's all in one, and I'm pretty sure she cooked dinner. She was hanging out the window. I mean, there's windows everywhere. Windows are quite close to our neighbor. She had to know that everybody's gonna be looking, or at least noticing that that's happening. She just didn't care. I mean, good for her, I guess, but it was quite awkward. And then the next day, I was hanging out the window trying to take an Instagram picture of the buildings because their place is actually really cute. Not at their place, but like, you know, kind of down the street. I'm making this sound worse than it is. And I guess she thought I was like hanging out the window just to like check things out and look down the street and stuff. So she leans out the window. Thankfully she was clothed at the time, semi-clothed. And she was like waving at me, and I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. I was super awkward. In person, I'm like quite an awkward person. And I was just like, oh my god. I think at first I thought maybe she was naked, and it freaked me out. So I just automatically looked away, and I just pretend like I didn't see, and I was just like clicking my phone for pictures, and then just like slowly turned away. Made it way more awkward. Ken was like, I told him this later, and he was like, why didn't you just wave back? I was like, I don't know, I freaked out. I didn't know what to do. I thought she was naked. So since then, we've made eye contact again and we smiled back and forth. I hope she doesn't think I hate her. I don't hate her at all. I just think it's a little bit weird when you're like, got your boobs pretty much squished up against your window. Since then, she's been naked several other times in the window, including this morning. So I guess that's a new thing. Exciting, exciting. Nudists. We live directly across from nudists. The other strange thing that happened to me this week is that I woke up covered in scratches. I have some weird sleep patterns, like I have been known to like poke myself in the eye. Like that actually happens a lot. Ken has witnessed it. I'm asleep and I'm literally just like stabbing myself in the eye, and I wake up in the night or in the morning and my eye is like throbbing. Weird. Does anyone know what that means? What does it mean when you're not dreaming about poking your eye, but you're actually physically poking yourself in the eye? Yeah, I woke up in the morning and I was just like covered in scratches across my chest here, along my arm, in my back here. Get your mind out of the gutter. Ken did not do this to me. I don't know what it is. I wake up covered in bruises a lot, which is a little more explainable, I guess. I mean, I bruise like a peach, so I guess if I like knock something, if I get up to go pee in the night or something, I'm gonna wake up with a giant bruise on me. I wake up with new bruises almost every day. But the scratches in like this kind of area, only here, is new. And they're like quite deep, like not just like little tiny surface scratches. They're, I mean, can you still see it? I think it's scabbed off already. Yeah, it's pretty well gone now, but anyways, that was a weird thing that happened. I don't know, you guys. I don't know what's going on in the world here. People are running around naked. I'm waking up in scratches. Has any weird things happened to you? How are you guys doing over there? Oh my goodness, what is happening? Okay, and then the last thing I was going to talk about is what we're currently watching, keeping ourselves entertained with. Because I know a lot of you guys are like me. You watch true crime, Dateline, 60 Minutes, all these like really kind of depressing shows. Very, very interesting and hard to stop watching, but kind of depressing, especially when you're stuck at home all day. It's good to kind of take your mind off, you know, death, murder. And if you're like me, it's really hard to get me to watch something other than that. Like, I've got probably 20, 30 movies that I watch over and over and over again, like the ones you watch through and then you rewind, you watch it again. Most of them are from my childhood. They all have like great memories associated with them. Whenever Ken's like, oh, I saw this preview for a new movie or a new show starting, it takes a lot of convincing to get me to watch something brand spanking new. So anyways, a few things that we've tried and I actually really liked. So we're stuck on Westworld right now. This was another one. He probably spent 30 minutes convincing me that this was going to be worth watching. And I was just like, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to like that. Too futuristic. We gave it a go. Loved it. It is very confusing. Like, we're into the second season now and I'm thoroughly confused. Not really a good grasp on anything that's happening right now, but it's still interesting. So yeah, I really like it, especially the first season. I wasn't as confused in the first season. It was a lot easier to follow. It'd probably be a lot easier to follow if I didn't have 2 gin and tonics in my system every time we're watching, because I get distracted and start looking around and stuff, whatnot. But yeah, that's been a really good show. Lock and Key, I mentioned that on Instagram stories a couple weeks ago. I actually watched it myself all the way through, like had to pace myself. Loved it. It was like whimsical and kind of like Narnia feeling and kind of young, but not young. I don't know. It was just really well done. Very much enjoyed it. I'm actually watching it through a second time now. It's that good. Obviously, Stranger Things, if you haven't seen that, you're way behind. I went back and watched season 3 again because we saw a teaser for the next season and I couldn't help myself. Had to go back and rewatch that. And a really random one, the documentary on Formula One. It's also on Netflix. Another one that Ken really had to convince me was gonna be a good idea to watch. But once we got into it, like, we were hooked. I never thought I would find racing so interesting. So, and a few people have mentioned me saying, or messaged me on Instagram saying they watched it after seeing me mention it on Instagram stories. That was a mouthful. and they really enjoyed it too. Not something they would normally watch, but very interesting, really cool documentary. It'll fill some of your home alone social isolation time. Okay, I think that's all I have got for you today. I hope that wasn't terribly boring. The intention basically was just to give you something that isn't news related for maybe 20 minutes of your day. Better than nothing is what a lot of you have been telling me. I'm not really sure what to film right now. I'm not feeling completely my YouTube self, and obviously vlogging isn't so easy because we're just here all day long. And I really like vlogging outdoors and the grocery shop and around Amsterdam and stuff. So I've kind of lost my vlogging mojo for the moment, but who knows, maybe that'll come back. It might be more sit down type videos in the next few weeks. But at the very least, I hope it was something that took your mind off of what is going on in the world right now. You enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a like. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. The items that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the robe and the dress and whatnot, are all going to be linked down below. Anything that I mentioned is linked in the description box. And if you're not already, follow me on Instagram because I'm there during the week. We've been having our virtual cocktail hours over there, sharing our Spotify playlist for the evening. We've got a selection of 5 options for tonight. So excited for that. I have already gotten started. Poured my Negroni, gonna film, and then I'm gonna join Ken upstairs. I think we might do like 90s old school rap or something tonight. Something a little bit different. So hopefully I'll see you over there, and I'll see you next week. Bye.